talk about this week. Because it's been a hell of a week. It's a week that I've really, really struggled with. It's a week with a lot of tears, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of fears. And a lot of that's because like I said to Cam yesterday when he come to pick up a pair of stolen sunglasses, ask him about it if you want to know. But I was in a spiritually dry place, and I had been for a while, and it's nothing new. And he said to me, well, join the club. I thought, oh, no, I don't get off that easy, do I? But and the joyful thing about being in a group of not only old friends, but new friends who we haven't made friends with yet, and that's fantastic to see, is we're comfortable. So quite often a testimony is quite often the most powerful thing that we have is our own personal testimony. For those who don't know me, I've been a beekeeper for the last 32 years, and the last 13 years of that have been spent with my son, working together. And anybody who knows father and son relationships knows that is an interesting time. It has its joyous moments, it has its heartaches, and it certainly has its pleasures, many of which we've managed to do over tens and tens of thousands of kilometres, and that's only in the last month or 6 weeks. But when I discovered this, when it was decided this week that he'd go down south for a few years to work elsewhere, naturally it wasn't an easy thing for me to digest. And because I'd been in a dry place, you just soldier on. Excuse me, I'm an old softie from way back. And so coming to grips with having not only all of my children, but all of my grandchildren over the border, and I won't get on to the border because we could spend days there. In these uncertain times is not something you really look forward to. But I was reading a book on stewardship this week, and in it had the Bible reading. I'll just grab my glasses. Not the ones I flogged off Cam. You sure, mate? Yeah, boss buys them in the box of a dozen or more. Blessed is a man who trusts in the Lord, whose hope is in the Lord. And that, when you think about it, we've got to trust in him and hope in him, and not just trust in our own understanding. For he shall be planted by the waters, which spreads out its roots by the river, and will not fear the heat, will not fear when heat comes, but its leaves will be green, and it will not be anxious in the year of drought, nor will it cease from yielding fruit. Nowhere there does it say you're not going to go through tough times. But it does say you will stay green and you will yield fruit. But we have to go back to that first part is, no, put my glasses away. it's for those who trust in the Lord and those who hope in the Lord. And so by putting our roots deep in the living water of our Lord Jesus Christ is when we get our hope and our trust. And when we withdraw and when we try and do it under our own understanding and trying to do it without him in our life, it becomes tough. We become anxious. We get to the point where I said to Trevor when I was out at Crow, I think you're probably going to have to take me home today because I think I'm going to have a turn. And those who know me well know that I've had mental illness in the past with bipolar, and I know that I have to keep it under control, and I know that I'm on tablets for the rest of my life. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. But we've still got to lean into God. We really have to lean into him. And I just thank him for that verse this week, because it's helped me get through what has otherwise been a tumultuous week. And I know that through the coming weeks and months, I know where Trevor's going. It's a fantastic place. And if any is on Facebook, just look up Warren Presbyterian Church online. And I don't know whether Mark can find someone who's got Facebook to show him it, but they had the windrower out in the paddock, windrowing the canola this morning, mate. So, but I also know that it was very much a thing of show, because I know where he's going. Sundays, they don't work even in the middle of harvest. So, yeah, I'd just like to thank God for where he's going. He's going to a Christian farm, Christian employers, Christian employees, and a lovely church down there. So, yeah.